Comrade, it's a great time having you. This Nothing Can Stop You motivation message I bring to you. My name is Marco Say. Go to my YouTube channel. I use the name Marco Say. I have a lot of motivation message. Nothing can stop you. Watch them, subscribe to them. For me, I'm counting on you guys to get a lot of subscribers and views. Also, I have your marriage will be a state of mind. A lot of teachings on dating and courtship. Subscribe and watch them for me. I'm counting on you guys to help me to achieve that. Have these ebooks for you guys. Go to Amazon, Kindle, and Kindle. A lot of books, but these are a few of them. Building a competitiveness in the crowded planet, $4. It will be impossible to have this world without you. $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. $5. There is something inside you. The world is in need of $4. Leaders of Generation Tickets, $5. Go to Amazon, Kindle, and Gumroad and get these books for yourself. Thank you for your blessing support. I want to share with you in the next 15 minutes motivation message I've entitled "Think Like an Entrepreneur." Think like an entrepreneur. So without any equivocation or without any doubt, make the best competition yourself by relentlessly thinking like an entrepreneur to stagger the magnet in you to discover the world you never knew it existed. And that was done by a man called Carlos Slim Hulu, Mexican business magnate and CEO of Casos. And in 2020, it's worth for 6% of the Mexican GDP. And over the period of somebody who have seen the need to achieve that. Patently, I see a business magnet in you when you give yourself the best version of yourself by bridging your mental distance with top-notch entrepreneur illustrious personalities in that aspect. That your wealth is engineered by your mind. So with that, we have that sort of mindset. I was the mindset of a man called John Griffin, Irish Griffin, an Irish business mongol. Understood that indeed he see a business magnet himself by giving himself the best version of himself, but bridging his mental distance between the top notch in the field of entrepreneurship, in the field of discipline, and the understanding need his wealth is engineered by his mind. Certainly, or most importantly, make your mind a testing ground for a new permeating, penetrating ideas. This will help you to build your economic vibrancies, and others, also bridging the growth of yourself and your group and community and global. With that, with conciliating of ideas to aggrandize or to enhance your communicating possible life development consistently for the period of things that you need to factory to achieve that. Bigs of things. So make your mind the testing ground for permeating, penetrating ideas that will help you to build your economic vibrancy and that of others when it comes to beginning growth without conciliating of ideas to aggrandize your sort of communicating possible life development over the period. As done by a woman called Maria Fenida Amora, Portuguese business tycoon and one of the richest person in Portugal, Maria Fernanda Andrina, over the period understood what it means to achieve that. There's this personality quote from Lee Bakwit, American businesswoman, who said that once you make the decision to leap into entrepreneurship, be sure to lose your grips and concepts so that you can swing your way to new ideas that actually permeate. Indeed, Leo Basquin indeed it's right that thinking like entrepreneurs stimulate a wave of blistering achievement in your life. I want to share with you a life story of a man called Amancio Ortega. The life profile of a man called Amancio Ortega. Who's Amancio Ortega? He's a Spanish business billionaire, a founder, and a former chairman of Inditex fashion group that produced Zara and Becca clothing that have a global recognition. He founded the Confuciuses Gua in 1963, and when he sold to sell during that period, he found a company to sell gilded bath robes and also Zara stores with his wife Rosalina Mera in 1975 for the period. And that period, he stimulated a wave of that entrepreneurship thinking, and in 1963 and 65 forming these companies. In 2001, Zara was part of the Inditex group, and during that period, he owned 59.2% in that company. With the company have about 6,000 stores, with 92,000 employees. They produce brands like Zara, Massimimo, Butti, Oshio, also Case Class, Timpi, Stradivarius, and also Pool and Barra are some of the designs they produce over the period. And these are things. So thinking like entrepreneur actually factory the staggering and crystallizing the results for yourself in the global world. To achieve that in 2017, he donated 300 million euros to purchase 440 machines to fight cancer in the global world. And in Spanish, most of in Spain and other global world, 20 to 70 Spanish public hospitals were equipped with these stereotactic radiotherapy machines that was being financed by this Amancio Ortega. He has been a lifter of others. He has been a cry to the answer to the cry of millions by imposing and understanding what it means to make sure the wealth actually ignites the needed resource. The net worth in 2003 was $72 billion, making him the third richest person in Europe after Bernard Arnault and François Bettencourt Meyers, and he's the 14th richest person in the world. During the period 2015, he became the richest person in the world, surpassing Bill Gates. And when you have to relentless, you have to understand that thinking like entrepreneur, when you think like entrepreneur, your wealth will be engineered by your mind, consistently having such a mindset. I want to remind you, I have a lot of motivation. Must go to my channel. I use the name Bismarck on the YouTube channel. Watch my Nothing Can Stop You. Watch them, subscribe to them for me. Also, I watch them subscribe. I also have another channel. I use the name Bismarck. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. I have a lot of teachings on dating and courtship. Watch them, subscribe to them for me. I have these ebooks for you guys. Go to Amazon, Kindle, and Gamma. I have a lot of ebooks, but these are few ones of them. Body of Competitiveness, the Crowded Planet, $4. To be impossible to have this world without you, $4. Training your marriage will be a state of mind to the world, $5. There is something inside you. The world is in need of $4. Leaders for Generation Thinkers, $5. Go to Amazon, Kindle, and Gamma and get these books for yourself. Let me wrap up on this. Thank you for your support too. Let me wrap up on this issue. What are some of the grandiose ways of thinking like an entrepreneur? Or what are some of the very powerful ways of thinking like an entrepreneur? How can I think like an entrepreneur? Number one, conscientiously, but most importantly, condition your mind that your memory is pregnant with businesses, that you have the entrepreneurial repository to create those businesses. Hence, you are not a job seeker. But if you're a repository of entrepreneurship endowment, you can create businesses that are powerful than the existing ones in your field of discipline. Before you reach the age of 18 to 20, you have to identify about 50 to 70 businesses you can start with minimum or low capital, with minimum or no capital from 106 countries over the world. Start operationalizing them on a small scale, pilot basis, and maybe you can start operationalizing them at a family level, at the group level, a community, and examine the outcome. Don't reduce your community possible development to job seeker, but job creator. Your community possible development will be subservient to job seeking rather than being job creator. You have to create that sort of mindset, gradually shift your thinking pattern from that moment to being a job creator than being a job seeker. Let this be part of your mindset. But indeed, your mind is pregnant with business, that you have the entrepreneurial agilities and prowess and repository to create even powerful business than existing ones. Challenge yourself, challenge the efficiency of your mind to do that. A man called Michael and Abed Rokes, the two brothers who were Frenchmen who went to Britain. That time when they went to Britain, these brothers trying to build themselves, build their competitive great edge, created two restaurants, La Cavruch and Watershed in Bahad, 3 marketing staff for 25 years in London. At the point, Abed Rokes wanted to give up on restaurant job to go for opera singing, but they kept on thinking like entrepreneur. They did it. These guys did it. From French, they came to England and achieved these things. That was very incontestably, was very evident in the eyes of everybody. Number two, explosively. Expose your mind to dominant entrepreneurial ideas and also expected transition in these dominant entrepreneurial ideas from these productive and efficient business environment. To explosively expose your mind to dominant entrepreneurial ideas and expected transition in these dominated entrepreneurial ideas from these productive and effective business environment. Like, think about the chaebols, the large industries in South Korea who are conglomerates who run and controlled by individuals and families that was supported during Park Chung-hoo's governance, and even today, like LG, like the LG company, like Hyundai and Samsung, all those companies. You can wrap your mind around this. It's to be a sort of an industry, to think that you don't have what it takes to create a business you want to be. Demystify that mindset, get away of any misconstrued mentality that is not in concomitant with your ambition. Also think about something like Zach Basu, a conglomerate in empire in Japan that take control of the Japanese from Meiji period to the World War II, even today, and expanding their agility and entrepreneurial ability. Bangalore, think about also Bangalore, the Indian Silicon Valley. That was great. That is the Indian Silicon Valley. That's very highly productive in IT. And also think about the Silicon Valley in the US that have about 1,000 startup companies and 1/10 of venture capital in the US. Connect your mind to this competitive environment, some of the entrepreneurial ideas, and the expected transition in these entrepreneurial ideas to equip yourself for that moment, as done by François Meyers, Bettencourt, a French businesswoman, a philanthropist, the richest woman in the world, but the period understood what it means to connect yourself to that. Number three, comprehensively sharpen your thought with that propelling mindset that you can create entrepreneurial venture out of every product or service you consume. Every product or service you consume, make your mind that you can create a business out of it. In the early years, in the early year of 1940s, 1950s, a man called Phil Knight went to Japan. And when he went to Japan, he saw somebody have designed shoes. And he said, like the shoes, I'm going to the US. When I go, I want you to supply me some of these shoes. I want to distribute the US for you. That time, he was working in the University of Oregon. When he got the shoes from Japan, he showed to his friend, Michael Bauerman, I've got these shoes. Let's distribute them in Oregon and US. Oregon and US. And the friend said, Bauerman said, we can create the shoes ourselves. They went on, produced the Ribbon Sports, and later they produced the Nike company. They believe that they have that entrepreneurial ability to create business of any product or service they come across. You consume a lot of product or service every day. Think about the entrepreneurial ventures you can create from these business or service you consume. Think about people like Afsa Candler, who at that time don't tell Afsa Candler bought a Coke recipe. That time, John Smith Babington had been using the Coke recipe to treat himself from a war he suffered from. But he saw that, oh, Afsa Candler, being from Atlanta, said, oh, this thing I bought from the pharmacy John Smith Babington, I can create a company called the Coca-Cola Company. And that's so think about sharpening your thought with that propelling mindset that you can create entrepreneurial ability from every product or service you consume. Number four, secondly, build your mental endowment by exposing your mind to permeating, penetrating entrepreneurial ideas that dominated the world from the 18th century to date. Extract the needed resourcefulness to build your mental strength to achieve that consistently. So secondly, build your mental strength, be mentally strong, build your mental strength and endowment by exposing your mind to that penetrating entrepreneurial ideas that dominated the world from the 18th century to today. Extrapolate this to build your mental resourcefulness for the period to think like entrepreneur. Epitomize a person like Cornelius Vanderbilt, who's also called the Commodore. During that time, during the time of John Rockefeller and those people, he was an American business magnate who's had a lot of wealth in the railways and shipping company over the period. He laid that sort of staggering legacy of excellence as the name became a state of mind. Number five, the last point. Expansively, think associatively. Examine over 600 fields of discipline, the ideas that operate in these fields of discipline. Find out how you can extract these ideas from one discipline to create a new entrepreneurial venture in another discipline. There are over 600 fields of academic discipline. Examine ideas, very blistering ideas that operate in these fields of discipline. How can you take some of these ideas and create entrepreneurial venture in a different field of discipline? That's what we call think associatively. Just sit down and do a very crack your mind to achieve that. This will help to shape and take the direction of competition, your field of discipline, as done by a man called Nassif Sarwaj, an Egyptian billionaire of the period. So think associatively to find out how you can think, look at 600 fields of discipline, the ideas that operate there, how can you transpose the idea and also create a new entrepreneurial venture in a different field of discipline to shape the direction and to take the direction of the competition consistently. I want to remind you, I have a lot of motivation. Must go to my YouTube channel. I use the name Bismarck. Watch them, subscribe to them for me. I'm counting on you guys to help me achieve that. We have another channel, Your Marriage Will Be a State of Mind. We'll have a lot of teachings on dating and courtship. Watch them, subscribe to them for me. I'm counting on you guys. I have a lot of books on Amazon, Kindle, and Gamma. They are ebooks. Go and read them. Think building your competitiveness in a crowded plan. Go and build your competitiveness in a crowded plan of $4. To be impossible to have this world without you, $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world, $5. There is something inside you, the world is in need of $4. Lead of generous thinkers, $5. Go and buy them. Also, these things I told you, they are extra from my book I've written, Enhancing Entrepreneurial Agility. Yes, I think Jettison Global Unemployment. It's an extra from the book Jettison Global Unemployment. A book I've written. It's also on Amazon, Kindle, and Gamble. Go and get this book for yourself. Thank you for your time. Till we meet again, always think like an entrepreneur and never be subservient to people's achievement and thinking results. Bye-bye. See you another time.